Are you tired of working all day with no real time to work on what will really set you free? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to do in order to have the time to work on what's free and ultimately to take steps closer and closer to freedom, which you're after. Now, I was speaking to someone recently, and this is why I'm even making today's video, because the person I was speaking to recently was talking about how they've been working like round the clock, deep into the late hours to get deliverables for their workplace, but at the same time they're obviously just doing it because it's obviously paying the bills. But on the flip side, they're in a situation where the thing they really want to do, the thing which motivates them, he was saying to me how he'll work on his job, and as he's working, he doesn't feel like the passion, he doesn't feel the desire, the motivation to do it, which makes a lot of sense. When he's working on what he wants to work on, something which he can sell and which can bring him in money, he feels energetic, he feels motivated, he feels revitalized to do it, but he doesn't really have the time. And for me, whenever I run into a problem, especially a business related problem, I always go back to the word, because I believe that in any situation, the Bible can help you win. That's why I say you should win with the word. So as I was having this conversation, a passage continued to come into my mind, and it was Genesis chapter 1. This is where God is creating the heavens and the earth. He does this over 6 days, and on the seventh day, he stopped working. Now, I spoke about this in a recent video where I was speaking about how to have the perfect week. The perfect week has 3 elements. It's productive, it means you get stuff done. It's profitable, it means you get paid, you get rewarded for it. And it's also pleasurable, it brings you joy, it brings you excitement, you like to do it, right? I'm going to leave that video linked in the description box below if you want to watch that after, because it'll be very beneficial and it's relevant to what I'm talking about today. But as I was thinking about Genesis chapter 1 in regards to this conversation, it's something which is so significant, which so many people miss. You see, if you are working a job right now and you're working round the clock, it feels like you're like deep, working 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And yes, you're getting paid, but you don't have the time, you don't have the freedom. You could literally be in your house if you're working from home, but feel like you're not even at home because you don't even get the time that you really desire to spend time with your children. This is one of the reasons why I show people how to create a digital product on the side in my product called Cashflow for Christians, specifically made for Christians to know how to turn their skills and their hobbies and their expertise into a digital product that will pay them. That's the very problem I solve in that particular course. So I'm thinking about Genesis chapter 1 and I'm saying to myself, well, okay, cool. God gave us the blueprint of how to have the perfect week. And it's so fascinating when you think about someone who has all the power in the world, has all the wisdom in the world, but still decides to create the world, the universe as we know it today, over a 6-day period. Why would God do that? And that's a question I've been thinking about so often. And one of the answers that I come to was, well, look, God didn't do it in 6 days because he didn't have the power or the capacity to do it. He did it in 6 days for one reason, I believe, is to show us how to have the perfect week, number one, but secondly, how to do things which are good, very good in fact, is what God says after he's created the whole universe, how to do things in a way which are productive, basically, in simple terms. So when I was thinking about my friend going through this situation, this will be beneficial to you as well, right? He is there on that particular day thinking, well, you know, I'm working deep into the night and I don't have time to work on the thing which will truly set me free. And that's not the best way to think about it when you think about what God sets up in Genesis chapter 1. And this is what so many people miss. It's not about, let's say, for example, on a Sunday, right? You're relaxing. On a Monday, you come to work and you work 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours to work. And then at the end of the 10 hours, maybe it goes even further and you're stretched out, you're exhausted. And then you say, okay, cool, tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes along, Tuesday, and then you work 8, 9, 10 hours again, because as you know, your workplace doesn't stop. They're going to continue to expect you to continue to do work. And this is what you need to think about when you, again, think back to Genesis. When you are relying on your workplace giving you time off or giving you the space, that likely is not going to happen. You're not going to get closer and closer to the place you desire to go to. You have to do things completely differently. And this is why so many people never get to the place that they desire to go to. When I think about getting stuff done, I always think about the framework of how God got stuff done. So I'm saying all that to say, regardless of what happens to you today in regards to your workplace, if your workplace has you working 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours. What you must do every single day, at least 6 days in the week, if you want to have a productive, profitable and pleasurable week, you need to do some work. It doesn't matter, right? Because I know what you're thinking. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, they're taking all my time. It doesn't matter. What you need to do is even 5 minutes worth of work. Because one of the powerful things that you see in Genesis chapter 1 is, when you read it closely, most people don't. Most people have this belief in their mind that every day God created, at the end of the day, God said it was good and went to the next day. But like I said, when you read it closely, that's not what happens. And the question arises, why does God get work done at the end of some days in the week, not say it was good, and then he goes into a new day, gets work done, and then says twice it was good? The reason I think in my mind is quite simple is, well, God wasn't finished with the work that he was doing. And this goes back to the point I was making previously. Why would the all-powerful, all-wise God even spend the time doing it over 6 days when he could do it like that? He's showing us a lesson. And this is the same lesson I want you to understand here, which will be so beneficial to you. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's 1 minute. It doesn't matter if you spend 2 hours on one particular day. That's not the point. The point is that you are consistently working on that good thing that you are doing, which will set you free. And that builds something which is more powerful than working one day for 3 hours and then working the next time next week for a few hours. Consistency. If you consistently show up, even if it's for a minute one day, 5 minutes the next day, an hour the next day, 10 minutes the next day, and then 20 minutes the next day, if you consistently show up like that for 6 days in a week on the thing which you know which will set you free, your business, selling digital products, whatever it is, based on your skills, your expertise, your unique abilities, it's only a matter of time before you get to the end of your week, so to speak, and you are looking and saying, you know what, I'm looking at all of this stuff and it's very good. Every single day, right? I don't work the same amount of time every single day. But one thing which is consistent 6 days a week is I'm going to be working on something which is moving me, my family, and the people that I'm supposed to serve forward, right? If, for example, this is the only video I record today, that's fine. It can take me about 15 minutes to record this video. And then I know I can say, well, you know what? It's good. Or I can turn around and say, well, you know what? There was more videos I wanted to record. So next time when I come back to record, I'm going to record some more videos and then I'll say it's good. And then I'll say it's good twice. But hopefully you're not missing the point here. Don't allow a day to go by, 6 days in the week at bare minimum, where you are working. And this takes away all the excuses, because you know you can work for at least a minute, at least 5 minutes on the thing that you are doing. Even if you're tired, even if you're exhausted. Why? Because like I said with my friend, and like I probably know with you, the thing which you are working on in your own spare time invigorates you, empowers you. As I mentioned previously, I'm showing Christians in Cashflow for Christians how to get paid in the next 7 days or less. It doesn't, like, I remember in like my first year in online business, I didn't make any online sales, 0. And it just shows you, that's why I laugh these days, because it's so easy today to get a sale, to get profits rolling into your business when you have the correct system. Because really, when you think about what we're talking about 2 systems in today's video. There's a broken system, which you're currently working through, and there's a winning system, which you desire to get to. And if you want to know how to remove yourself from the broken system and get closer and closer to the winning system so you can win every single day, watch this video right here next. We'll show you exactly how to do it. Go win and God bless.